Today, we are honored to welcome Dr. Roksana Bahramitash, a distinguished scholar, author, filmmaker, and McGill alumna. Her acclaimed research on women in the Muslim world was recognized by the Canadian Parliament as one of the top 3 postdoctoral works in the country. She has advised international organizations, including the UN and the IDRC, on women's economic rights, produced a documentary on women in Afghanistan, and is the author of numerous award-winning books and publications. Today, she'll share her insights on the truth behind manifestation and explore how feelings of entitlement may be shaping the aspirations, expectations, and resilience of younger generations.
So, Dr. Roksana Bahramitash, it's my privilege and honor to welcome you on this platform with us. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very inspired to see that a young woman like you has so much time and energy to embark.
Honestly, for me, I feel like you've been an example for so many women out there, and your portfolio speaks much about that. Earning PhD at McGill and then, working in academia and further even with international organizations like the UN. And it's so phenomenal to see how much effort you've been putting towards women empowerment. Something that you've been challenging things, and that really stands out. So yeah, and I'm very, very curious to know a bit more about your personal journey and what you have to say to our audience.
I think that as I was coming here, I was thinking, okay, what should I talk about? I thought, well, it's probably easier to talk about my personal journey. And I was thinking that, about clearly more than about 40 years ago, I was in Iran. I had 4 children, and I was in an abusive marriage, and I needed to get out. And at that point, I said, all right, I'm going to leave this man. I'm going to leave, and I can't leave this man without leaving the country. I'm going to leave. I'm going to take 4 children that I have with me, and I'm going to do a PhD in a prestigious North American university. From time to time, I told a few people, and they kind of looked at me as I was delusional.
I mean, the world is going to challenge you regardless, and if they see you doing something, which makes them insecure, right? It's really not about you.
I was thinking about that. Now, to a few people, I said that's what I want to do, and that's when they looked at me and said, "Well, this one is delusional." They were polite, and I'm thinking back. Yes, I must have been delusional. How could I think? The war had just ended in Iran, and things were pretty intense. But I kept saying, that's what I'm going to do. I guess in new vocabulary, it would be manifestation. How can I manifest? Just imagine.
I love that term. I love that term.
How can I manifest?
Manifest your perfect life. So yeah, I really love the term that you just used, and that's the very reason, because even in the other conversations I've had with you, you're mentioning about manifestation. Yes, to a certain point it does work, but it needs action. You can't just sit and be like, oh, I want everything in the whatever is out there in the universe, because again, you mentioned that sometimes we have this feeling of entitlement. We forget being grateful for, being able to wake up, being able to see the sun out there. And even if it's not the sun, like it's gloomy, because sometimes the weather conditions we are in, how many people actually get to really get up and see? And the ability to walk outside, how many people are just, waiting to spend a day more, the ones who are in the hospital?
I think that I'm also a sociologist, and I think that our generation had it really good. There was no, the World War was over. There was an economic boom in most of the country, and this of my generation had it good. But people of like newer generation, I think, even you, but particularly younger than you,
Yeah.
I think they expect to have the same luck, and they are thinking that is going to get only better. And when you look at the state of the world, it's anything but. So we are going to come with if nothing, just economic crisis. But I think that in my opinion, I don't think that there is the new generation will quite see that. They just see at their parents and then how their life changed. Just to give you an example, when I started university, there were those big computers. Like that's how I started, and look how technology, everything has
Progressed over time.
Yeah, and I think that I have a feeling that the new generation feels that there is a certain sense of entitlement, and that is like okay, I'm going to manifest this, and of course I should get it. I think there is some of that.
Right.
It's counterproductive, but also things happen.
100%. And tying back to what you just mentioned is the resilience aspect, the ability to, come back from, like you mentioned, things do happen in life and not everything is going to be under our control. Many things actually aren't under our control.
Exactly.
Let's be very clear about that.
Yes.
So, and that's where, this sense of entitlement can backfire and it can really take us towards the route which many of us haven't even thought about. So,
it's like, it seems to me that some people that I talk to about this entitlement, this like manifestation, and then when this doesn't happen according to what they want, they either blame themselves for not manifesting correctly.
Exactly. The procedure is not correct, or probably I don't have access to the manifestation that people can, fulfill their dreams and desires, which unfortunately,
while I think is very, as a concept, is what I have done in my life very successfully, at the same time, I see its limitations. And just to go back to my own personal life, and then I look up to people who I want to be like.
Thank you, Dr. Bahramitash, for sharing such powerful insights with us today. In our next episode, we'll get even more personal as she opens up about some of the darkest moments of her life, the challenges that tested her resilience, and the inner strength that helped her move forward. It's a deeply honest conversation about perseverance, hope, and finding purpose through adversity. You won't want to miss this inspiring and heartfelt chapter of her journey. Stay tuned.